Hi. Interesting topic. It's kind of a big topic. I talked to some folks today, a couple of families who have lost people over the past year, have lost several people throughout the last 10, 15 years, and they're struggling. So the topic today is survivor's guilt. For those that aren't familiar with survivor's guilt, it's when you're the one left. Maybe there was a tornado, a fire, something catastrophic that wiped out everybody in your house except you. I was raised in the Midwest. I'm a Kansas girl originally, so I have lived with tornadoes my entire life. A tornado can wipe out an entire mile of homes, an entire community, and skip over one house. And people are left asking, why? Oh my God, why? Why us? Why did we survive? I talked to a lot of families of veterans, and I talked to a lot of veterans. And a lot of folks have trouble dealing with the loss. Veterans, God bless them, active duty military as well, and even law enforcement. You're in a situation, and what comes to mind is a family that I spoke to recently, not this morning, but in the last few weeks, that a family member was in the military, and I'm going to use the wrong terms. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a military person, but they were out on patrol. This was many, many, many years ago, but they were out on patrol, and everybody in that group died except one person. And they have carried that with them to this day. Why didn't I die? Everybody died but me. Why? Many times a soldier is shot and the guy next to him is shot. One lives, one doesn't. Why? That's survivor's guilt. Why didn't I die? Why wasn't it me? Why am I special? Bottom line, my love, it wasn't your time. Plain and simple. Now, this is my belief system, which I'm not saying should be yours, but this is my explanation. We are all on this earth for a reason. Plain and simple. When your time is done, you will go. Until that time, you're here. How many people do we know who have attempted suicide many, many times, and they're still here? They shouldn't be, but they are. It wasn't their time. Plain and simple. When it's your time, it's your time. Until then, you're here. So let us make the best of it. If you lost someone and you're struggling with survivor's guilt, do not allow yourself to be consumed by the death, by the grief, by the guilt. You know they wouldn't want that. They would want you to celebrate life, to live life, to enjoy and embrace life. So, what you might want to think about is doing something to honor them. Whether that's planting a rose bush in your garden, a potted plant in your living room, putting a memorial bench in your front yard, whatever it is, do something in their memory. Live each day to honor them, that they would be proud of you. Because I promise you, they do know what's going on in your life. I am a psychic medium. I do readings for people. And I have a friend that I've known for many years. I mean, like high school type friend, so long time. And she had a memorial for her mom recently. And both of her parents are now deceased. And she and I were talking, and, she was upset about the memorial, of course. And I was telling her things. I'm 1,500 miles away, so I was not there. But I was telling her things that happened that there's no way on God's green earth I would know. And she said, now who's telling you this? And I said, your mom. And I told her things that were going on that only people at that service would know. And I didn't know anybody else at the service. They're there. They know. The physical body is material. Your soul is energy, and energy is eternal. Always and forever eternal. They're always with you. Just because their bodies are no longer of service, their souls are. Absolutely, positively, they are with you for every birthday, for the birth of the new babies, the weddings, the anniversaries, the graduations. They're there. Absolutely, positively, without a doubt, they're there. And in all likelihood, they have probably tried to make themselves known, and you haven't picked up on that, which is very common, and that's okay. But they would not want you to be so consumed in grief, so consumed in their passing and the loss and the pain, and you're torturing yourself that you're missing out on living life. Don't do that. Do not do that. Honey, their memory will live on forever in your heart. Nobody can take that away from you. That's there forever. I know people, and it's, come to think of it, it's people who have lost, my opinion, parents who have lost children. I think, my opinion, that this hits the hardest. They're afraid that if they let go of that grief, they let go of the child, they let go of the memory. No, honey. You let go, they're gone. Their body is gone. Their energy is with you absolutely, positively, forever and a day. It is. So celebrate that. Know that. Embrace the good times. Talk about their memories, what you remember, what you love about them. Cherish that. Those memories are with you forever. I promise. Today happens to be the memorial of my aunt in Dallas. I obviously was not able to attend the service. But I will tell you, she's my dad's sister. And my dad died 9 years ago. There's only one sister remaining, Aunt Pat, who's a lovely soul. Altogether, there were 7 kids. It was a blended family. Grandpa had children. His wife died. He remarried. She brought her kids, and then they had kids of their own. These kids absolutely adored each other. And some of my best memories would be going to my aunts down in the Ozark, to their farm. And all the siblings would come in from all over the U.S. with their families. And there would be some good food, lots of stories, lots of laughter. And somebody would always break out a few guitars because you had to have a little bluegrass. For them, it was all about family. Those are wonderful memories each of us carry forward. Absolutely, positively. When I found out of her passing, I sent a note to some cousins and said, I know in heaven right now they better have a big pot of coffee and some good food sitting around, because somebody's sitting there telling lots of stories. There's a lot of laughter. There's a lot of love because the siblings are together again. And that's how I choose to view these things. Try not to allow the grief to take over. Please. Live your life to celebrate theirs. Okay? What's nice is if you can document the stories, whether in a book, just start writing them down. You can self-publish a book. You can interview people on video, break out your camera and start talking to people and sharing the stories, because these stories are just precious. They truly are. They will live through the ages. There's good stories, there's bad stories, there's hilarious stories, and you want to keep that. You want to embrace that. That's what you want to hang on to. That's what they want to be remembered for. The good times, the love, and the laughter. Survivor's guilt is very real. And if you're dealing with survivor's guilt, honey, I am so very sorry. I am so very, very sorry. Try to think of how they would celebrate life, how they want you to celebrate life. Okay? It was their time to go, not yours. It's okay.